What up, everybody? Yes, if you watched my last video, if you didn't, did a double feature tonight. I saw Godzilla vs. Kong, sorry, the New Empire, and Winnie-the-Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. Thankfully, I had a lot more fun with this movie. I knew what to expect, and I had a great time. Um, a, Half of me likes the first one better, but I'm gonna just talk about the second one and what I liked. Um, this movie introduces Tigger and Owl, who weren't in the first one. Piglet died in the first one, and he comes back in this one, and just to get killed at the beginning, but whatever. Um, the voice actor that they picked for the Owl guy, I really liked. I thought he was very intimidating. Unfortunately, the Owl is not in the movie a lot. He has a couple of scenes near the end. If you see the movie, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but there's a particular part near the end of the movie where you think he's going to show up and he doesn't, and it was kind of a letdown. But other than those two things, I had a fun time with this movie. Um, there's just some really creative kills, really good kills. They really built up the tension in this movie compared to the first one. They went for more of a story approach, which some parts of it I found interesting. Some parts it kind of just lost me because the actor that they picked to explain the story to the audience has a very thick accent, and this is like in the middle portion of the movie. And I don't know if he's Ukrainian. I don't know what he is. But it was just really hard to understand what he was saying, and it kind of lost me. I get the gist of it, but there was some stuff that I missed, so I was a bit confused sometimes what was going on. But at the same time, I didn't really watch this movie for a story approach. The first one doesn't really have one. This one really heavily leans into like the lore of it and like what happened to Billy, all that kind of stuff, which I just didn't really care for. But there was, like I said, good kills. The owl was intimidating as fuck. Tigger has some disgusting kills, and the acting was good. Even though I didn't like too, like they just went into the lore too much. I was like, okay, let's get to it. I think in that time space, it could have fit more kills in, but at the same time, there was a lot of kills. Winnie the Pooh isn't like he's a bit intimidating, but I found the owl more intimidating. I liked the atmosphere that they built. Like I said, they built up really good tension in the story, and like when you feel like there's a stupid jump scare that's about to happen, it doesn't, and they kind of milk it for a while longer. Obviously, they had a bigger budget for this movie. The last one only costed them $100,000 to make, and they made 10 million, I think, at the box office. So this one actually looks like a movie and not like a fan-made movie like the first one. I just like the dark atmosphere of these movies. Are they stupid? Yes. Are they redundant? Yes. Are they ruining people's childhoods? Yes, but not mine. I really think it's just a case of Disney losing the rights and people just want to have fun. And I did support it. I did pay money for it. I just wanted a good old fashioned stupid horror movie just to watch, and I got that here. I'm not going to go into detail about the kills because they're really graphic, but once you watch the movie, like this is on some Terrifier shit. Like Winnie the Pooh is grabbing people and literally just ripping their heads off with his bare hands. He's so strong. Hell, in the first one, he slaps a guy in the freaking face and takes half his face off. So it's really bad shit, crazy. It's stupid. It's ridiculous, but it's so fun to watch. And when the owl shows up, I'm just like, fuck yeah, this is the one dude that actually creeps me the fuck out. So them as a group, as a horror group, it's pretty funny to watch. There is some scenes that just make you go, what the fuck? There's one scene in particular, it's not a spoiler, it's in the trailer, but Owl kind of goes down into the den where they're all living, and you just get this close up of Winnie the Pooh. His fur is growing, and you just get a really good close up of his face and his eyes and just how evil he looks. Tigger was pretty creepy as well. They do a really good job of making these actually really fucked up. characters that we grew up and loved into just, terminating people and being very menacing and proving how they can do it properly. A lot of people may think this movie has terrible, terrible acting, and I gotta break it to you, it has good acting. The killers do a good job. The voice actors of the killers do a good job. Winnie the Pooh actually talks in this movie. They all talk. And they were menacing. And it's weird because, like I said, I grew up with Winnie the Pooh, but wasn't completely obsessed with them. So this stuff doesn't really piss me off. If they made, like, I don't know, if they made, like, certain characters that I grew up with in the murderers, then I would be upset, but Winnie the Pooh isn't one of them. And if you guys don't know, they're making a Poohniverse movie, but before that comes out, there's going to be a Peter Pan movie, a Pinocchio movie, and a couple other ones, and then there's going to be a Poohniverse Monsters Assemble movie. This is all happening. My theater was actually packed. There was a lot of people in there. So I don't know how much money this movie's gonna make, but they're probably gonna make enough to do the next couple that they want to do, and see how it goes from there. There's definitely a couple cheesy one-liners in here that, like, actual Winnie the Pooh fans would probably find funny. A lot of things I remember from when I was a kid, and I just found it fucking hilarious. It's only an hour and a half. It's easy to get through. So if you're just looking for a stupid slasher, go watch it. I think I like the first one a little bit more because it didn't focus on so much of a story, and I didn't really care for that. I think the first one had just enough story, and it wasn't like too much like this one was. It got a bit too much at times. And the first one just really focused more on the kills. This one, I appreciate them going for a story first and kill a second, but it's a horror movie, and horror movies, I never like the story. I just want to see some kills. But I did get that here. I would give the first one a bit of a higher rating. I think the first one has a bit more rewatch value, but I still had a great time with this. So I give the first one, I think before on a fun factor level, I gave it an 8 out of 10. And this one I'll probably give like a 7. I still really enjoyed this. So let me know if you guys can check it out. If not, you're missing out. You're missing out. It's a fun time. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace out.